So over the weekend, commencement address, I guess he would be the commencement speaker at Morehouse, but also Billionaire, Robert Smith, he has been the talk of the internet. Everyone's talking about it after he made a huge announcement during his commencement address at Morehouse College in Atlanta. Take a look.
On behalf of the 8 generations of my family who have been in this country, we're going to put a little fuel in your bus. Now, I've got the alumni over there, and this is a challenge to you alumni. This is my class, 2019. And my family is making a grant to eliminate their student loans.
The face is the guy in the bottom left hand, like.
One of the faces was surprised. The other guy was like, "What?"
Right, exactly.
That is, yes, that's not expected, I'm sure.
At all not expected. All right, so Eileen Dodd is the spokesperson for Morehouse College, and Dodd says this gift is the single biggest gift in the school's history. And that's because paying off all the student loans of the nearly 400 graduating seniors in the all-male college adds up to around $40 million, and that is according to Morehouse. Smith is ranked as the 355th richest person in the world by Forbes with an estimated net worth of $5 billion. I think he is the richest black man.
I've read that, yeah.
And
gee, you have $5 billion and you're only the 355th richest person?
Isn't that crazy how rich, how
people have a lot of money.
People have a lot of money. Also, I think on top of that, he donated $1.5 million just to the school. And a lot of times, oftentimes people give these gigantic donations because they want their name on a building. He's giving this money directly to these students, and that's something that doesn't often happen. And also, as we were talking
outside
about
of like
before the show,
Oprah or something, yeah.
Right. Oprah does a lot. His gift highlights the burden of student loan debt, and I know AOC touched on that a lot.
Yes, so yeah, why don't we turn to what she tweeted. She said, every Morehouse class of 2019 student is getting their student debt load paid off by their commencement speaker. This could be the start of what's known in econ as a natural experiment. Follow these students and compare their life choices with their peers over the next 10 to 15 years, which by the way, he sort of got into that with his speech saying we wanna add fuel to your bus. Like they will lead different lives than they would have otherwise. But she did go on to say it's important to note that people shouldn't be in a situation where they depend on a stranger's enormous act of charity for this kind of liberation to begin with. AKA college should be affordable. But it is an incredible act of community investment in the system as it is.
Absolutely.
And that tweet is everything that I feel about this whole story. I love what he did.
Right.
I think it's great. It would have been incredible to be one of those students.
Right.
I mean, just imagine the load off your shoulders. And some of them they will move to a different part of the country than they would have. They will start businesses that they wouldn't have. They will do great things. All of that's great. Let's take this whole situation and put it in a box, and it's good. We're not gonna mess with that. The entire situation sucks.
Absolutely.
Everything sucks around it. It's like we were talking before the show. It's like GoFundMe's for cancer treatment. It is amazing that we live in a world where people who will donate tens of thousands of dollars to a complete stranger so that they can have treatment for their cancer or whatever medical issue that they have. That is great. And it's horrible that that has to happen.
It's terrible,
the charity is a reminder of the horrendous situation, not just that we exist in, but that we have created. Not us, we didn't have any power, but people who represent us have created a society where you need this sort of money to get your debt paid off or to have your broken leg mended or whatever. And so the charity is great, but at the same time, the opposite end of that coin is that we should not have this. There should be no commencement speakers doing that because they shouldn't have to.
Right, but listen, he's in the position, the best thing he can do, not being president of the United States, not being a congressperson, is to give his self-made money. And because we talk about billionaires a lot, and a lot of them started, at third base. And I don't know much about baseball, but that is that's almost a home run, right?
It's one of the best ones.
Is it really clear? Okay,
one of the
thank
best
you.
bases.
Okay, good. So
yeah, I think the third base is number one. Okay. Really.
So someone who didn't, all he could. This is more than what he can do. He's just he's giving his money to help until the situation fixed. And Elizabeth Warren has a plan to fix the system. But
yeah, I mean, I could I don't want to be like a contrarian. Like I would say. I don't know this guy's personal history, but he's in private equity. That's a complicated area.
Okay, right, okay.
That is not blameless for the situation that we're in economically. I'm not saying that he individually is emblematic of that, but it's a complicated thing. And I hope that this is the last act of charity that's necessary. You know, Anand that we have on frequently, like this is his whole thing, is that I worry that as good as this is for those students, if it creates even a bit of complacency, the news cycle around this, us even talking about it, if it creates complacency around the issue where we're like, you know what, things are gonna be okay because every once in a while, you know, Bill Gates will do something. Bill Gates has done great things. Bill Gates has done great things.
But college since we heard what his name is. I mean, to be fair, there's this long, crazy process that we all know somebody or were someone who applied to be a Gates Millennium Scholar. He's been doing it. But what this has shined a light on is that we're talking about the issue with college debt. We started talking about it with Elizabeth Warren's proposal, and now we're talking about it again. And so on one hand, a billionaire is changing 400 students' lives for the rest of their lives. These are 400 black men who already, no matter how successful they are, you know, they already got the short end of the stick because this is America. And he's changing their lives and giving them just at least a step up. And because I think one of the students there had hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt and had been thinking before graduation about how long it was gonna take him to pay it off. And I think he had come up with, if he took half of his income, it would take him 20 years at half of his income.
That's crazy.
And Robert Smith has eliminated that burden on these people, on their parents, on their future children. And we are now talking about the issue. Come on.
Yes, and I'm just making sure that we're talking about the whole issue.
We are.
And not just the charity, which is great and awesome.
We are, at least.
And good job. Thank you. Yes, good news.
Good news, right.
The world's still terrible. Thank you very much for watching this clip from The Damage Report. If you liked it, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and ring the bell on YouTube to get notifications of our new videos. And of course, you can catch the full Damage Report live every weekday at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific on TYT Network on YouTube TV.